What's good, little dumpsters? Back with the Dropping Knowledge podcast. I'm your host, Talon Sai, and today I'm with JF and Rhodes again, who took a hiatus last week. What's up, dudes?
What up? What up?
Howdy.
What is that? Is someone fucking shaving their head in the background?
No, that was laundry.
I think it was the dryer.
That was the dryer.
So this
Just
is
so
our
behind the
third time trying to do the podcast now. I was saying that every time we get on the podcast, we'll like talk online for like 5 minutes, and then something will happen where Rhodes just starts bitching at JF. And then you were cutting out earlier, but you said that you grabbed Twizzler pulling peels or something?
Yeah, the pull and peel Johns.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I grabbed the bag. It looks like it's unopened. So I open it like you would open a fucking bag, and Rhodes freaks out on me. And I'm just looking at him like a deer in headlights. Like, what?
All right.
What?
All right. So this isn't like the little, like, this is like the family size bag, you know, like the regular size full on bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Homeboy pops the end off it like it's like a little personal ditty. But what he doesn't understand is that in the modern advances of science and technology, they've invented these reclosable bags that stick when you pull it back, and then there's a sticky
ripped that
part.
off.
No, he opened the end up like he stood it up long ways and opened the end like a psychopath instead of looking like every sort of thing. This goes to show you only eat candy when you're here. Because, like, Twizzlers has this now. Oreos, which is a game changer that Oreos decided to do it.
Yeah.
But a bunch of these different things have those that they reseal like that.
Bro, I don't eat candy, so I'm not.
Says the guy with a pile of pull and peels in front of him.
It's only when I'm here because you have it.
Yeah, all right.
We always start with
just,
Rhodes being in a good mood, and then as soon as you guys are together for like 10 minutes, something fucking happens.
Dude, you guys, like, I just saying how, like, I'm in, like, I don't know why work's good. Just, you know, everything's going smooth sailing, you know? Like, and then this guy comes here and just brings me crashing on back down to earth once a week at least.
Somebody's got to keep you grounded. Yeah. You need one foot on the ground, my friend.
I guess so.
It's like when you're drunk and you have the spins and you're trying to go to sleep at night. You just fling that one leg onto the floor and you're good. I just got to keep you good.
That shit doesn't work. That doesn't fucking work.
Yes, it does.
No,
nothing works when you have to spin. Except for sleeping by the toilet.
You know how many times I've done it? Sleeping by a toilet, I mean.
That's the only thing that works.
The only thing that works for the spins is waking the fuck up and opening your eyes.
Oh, yeah, that's rough sometimes, too.
Yo, who's going to be puking in a couple weeks when you guys are down here?
Me.
JF.
Yeah, both of you. One of you is going to be puking in the tub. The other one's going to be puking in the fucking toilet.
I guess we'll see. We'll see if old school JF comes out while we're down there because he doesn't have like the responsibility of driving anywhere or doing anything. Because like, JF down up here sometime. I mean, I'm pretty low key sometimes. You know,
you pull the. I'm gonna go home and change, and then you never come out.
Yeah, I did that one time.
Yeah, one time. One time.
Bro, when we're in Miami, I'm just gonna be drunk. I don't have to worry about driving anywhere. I don't have to worry about. I mean, Miami has to have after-hours clubs.
Oh yeah, I mean, there are clubs that don't even close down, but most bars are open until like 5 a.m.
Yeah. So we'll just be binging on through to the morning.
I guess so. We'll see how it goes.
Dude, you know what? I'm so excited for that trip, and it annoys me how much I talk about it to like you guys or like people in general. Like,
I try not to talk to you guys about it. Like, this is the only time we really talk about it, but I don't want to like hype it up. Like, I know it's gonna be fun as hell, but I don't want to like make it seem like it's gonna be.
Bro, it's not even about.
I don't even care about hyping up. It's like it's a month, and it feels like a year.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, shit.
I got a counter on my phone. It's 36 days.
Damn, dog.
Oh, man. So anyway, last week when you guys were supposed to be on but weren't because whatever, we were going to talk about conspiracy theories.
True. And dude, I just came up with a new one.
Oh, you came up with your own conspiracy theory?
Well, not a conspiracy theory, but
what are you talking about?
Well, fill us in.
We were talking this weekend, me and JF, and I just came up with this lie, but like how like the DEA in general is just a front to give a bunch of people government jobs. Like there really is no war on drugs or war on crime or war on whatever. Right? So now we have this growing epidemic in the country of people on prescription pills, right? They're a big deal. We want to get people off them. It's weird how that happens as weed laws are going down. You know what I mean? That aren't as stringent. So that's like what cops were doing all the time. DEA busting these little weed dealers. Now they're going after prescription drugs. So they got a new thing to get everybody all pissed off about to go try to arrest people for.
I think that's just happening because of all the fucking heroin.
Well, maybe that too.
Like,
what? But something's got to keep those DEA people. You know what I mean? You can't just realize all those people don't have jobs. Like,
true.
I don't know. That's not a great one. Not as good as like aliens building the pyramids and shit, but
yeah, that's how we got on the topic in the first place, I think.
JFK, magic bullet.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
An inside job.
I was driving home from work today, and I was like, like I don't believe in any like common conspiracy like that, like the magic bullet and 9/11, jet fuel can't melt steel beams, shit like that.
You watch Loose Change?
Loose Change.
What is that? Is that the documentary on 9/11?
That's like the OG
of like
documentary.
Some like 18-year-old virgin who read way too many reports about 9/11.
Is it on Netflix?
YouTube. Yeah, that was like the OG video.
Yeah,
it was like an hour long. It's like a full-on documentary.
Damn. See, the thing is, like,
dude goes down all these.
I don't care enough about them to like research them, but I don't know. Can you change my mind?
I doubt it. I don't even know if I believe in them because, like, I think that it's like a coping mechanism for people when crazy stuff happens that they have a hard time believing that like a person could have done that.
If you had
to be some sort of boogeyman or some crazy 15 steps and all this weird shit. Like, no, some crazy person just shot JFK. Like, it is what it is. Like,
yeah,
that's the magic bullet or
the
the dude on the grassy knoll or whatever. No.
JF, if you had to pick one conspiracy that you like, that you would be convinced of, what would it be?
I don't know. I don't really like. I don't read into them. Like, I don't really care that much to like really know about it.
How about the making a murder and just being set up? How about that?
See that's one that I watched that whole thing and that like
I don't know if that's like a conspiracy though.
But you got like, well, I love them. I love conspiracy theories, not because I believe them, but because they're just interesting. Like that people can get so caught up in something that like they really can believe something crazy happens. That making a murderer one, that's like the same kind of stuff. Like some person probably got so caught up in the fact that they think that this dude's innocent, they'll just look for any sort of thing to try to show it. So that's like documentaries and stuff like that. You can't always trust it because they're going to come in with their own
opinion,
bias or opinion like that. So that person only is looking for shit that's going to disprove that guy or prove that guy's innocent. I don't know. Although, what's his name that said, yeah, that guy, he got thrown under the bus. There's no way that dude did anything. That dude just not right.
He got tricked.
I don't know. I thought we were going to be able to like talk about it, but I think we're all on the same page. It's like, I don't care. It's interesting because I think I like problem solving and like puzzles and how people get obsessed with that fucking shit. But at the same time, it's like, I don't care about any of that really.
Like the idea of 9/11, I guess, isn't too far-fetched.
Do you ever watch that South Park episode where they like make fun of all that, like with 9/11?
I don't think so.
And the dude and like George Bush, like they have like George Bush on there, and he's like, "We just executed the most elaborate plan ever." Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he was like buying into the fact that like the conspiracy, I guess for whatever reason, he was like, "Yeah, cool, believe in the conspiracy theory, whatever." So like it's just the way he said it, like, "Yeah, we got people to hijack the planes, but then actually they weren't planes, they were rockets, and it was the most extravagant plan ever."
I think the one that's the most interesting is the fucking pyramids, like you said.
Dude, I just don't like. I read somewhere that like they would lay one block every 2 months And to do that, to build all of them, it would have taken like 40 years or something. Now, JF always just says, well, what else they have to do?
True.
True.
They were all slaves.
True. But, dude, where they had to grab that shit from, how they had to pull it, they put it in
where'd they get
this.
that from?
Did we talk about this before?
Nah.
But how like the pyramids are set up to perfectly match like Orion's belt. That just happened by accident. They was able to do that freehanding it. The fucking 3rd century BC or whatever architect standing back there like a little to the left.
So is it
a little to the left? Like no, dude.
Is it a little crazy to think that aliens did it, or
I'm not saying
real life sins?
I'm not saying aliens did it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
But
I have a hard time believing people dragged those things there.
Well, then, if not people, the dinosaurs?
I don't know. No.
The dinosaurs.
That's just absurd.
The
I don't know, man.
mammoths?
I just think that maybe like I don't know. Maybe we had more advanced stuff before, and we blew it all up and had to start over again, and we don't really realize it. Maybe.
I feel like there
That's
would
a
be
good
more
angle.
like remnants of stuff. No?
True. I don't know. Just something to think about. People probably did just fucking drag them, and it probably did take 50 years, and there probably was the guy going a little to the left. But I mean, I don't know. We'll never know. That's why I like history and stuff so much, because you'll never really know. Like, how do we know
We don't,
the stuff that we do know?
because we're told.
I guess some asshole wrote it down a few hundred years ago. I guess that's why we're supposed to believe it.
I wonder like what the biggest thing that we're taught in school was actually nothing the way we're taught that it went.
It was like a total dude.
Like
I have a
like
book
Paul
over there.
Revere or like shit like that.
I have
Algebra.
a book over there I didn't read yet that's called Lies My History Teacher Told Me or something like that. And it's just like things that we perpetuate that are just totally not true.
That'd be perfect. We could turn this into a fucking book club. We'll all read it and talk about it next week.
Rhodes, you would know this. Is 9/11 in history books now?
Like at the very, very end, depending on what class it is. I mean, maybe now. It's like
Speaking
the
of,
last couple pages.
speaking of history, it was your fucking birthday. What was that, last week now?
History.
2 weeks
You're an
ago?
ancient artifact.
Yeah. It
How
was,
old?
Not quite a week ago. I just turned 29 years old.
Dude.
But I was talking.
He feels younger than ever.
not
He's born again.
that.
Born again.
Oh my god.
Liberated.
No, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not that old. I don't know. Maybe.
What are you
I
gonna do
feel you.
next year?
I'll kill myself.
Dirty 30
Walk
party.
into oncoming traffic. Dude. Oh my god.
Rhodes' most happy time of life is right now. This time next year, most down in the dumps
It'll
time.
already be over this time next year.
What
I'll
life?
be done. I'll be cashed out. Pushing all my chips in the middle.
JF, you shouldn't talk much shit. You're gonna be there soon too.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
You're old as shit.
Wait, are you turning
Yeah.
27 or 28?
26.
No, you're turning 28. Jay's turning 28 this year.
You're
June
turning
1st, dog.
28.
Weekend before Miami.
We're old as fuck.
God,
Dude,
damn.
and Turk talks to me like I'm so old.
I know. She's,
Dude.
happy birthday. Pick a plot.
Yeah, what the hell?
When is she coming on the
Dude.
podcast?
Pick a plot.
She can't do, unless we do it on a weekend, she can't
She
do
works
it.
second shift.
She works till
apparently.
like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
Good. We're always gonna record during the week then.
Well, I mean, we could just do a live podcast in Miami.
You know how fucking shitty that would be? All of us sitting around a mic. What would there be, 6 of us? We could.
In Talon's apartment while it's 90 degrees and gorgeous outside. We're sitting there jerking each other off, talking
Yeah.
to a microphone for an hour.
You could record.
I mean, I'm gonna make a video the whole time, but we could do like a pregame podcast.
Pre-game podcast.
That might be an idea.
Pre-game.
Actually, we probably should not pregame. If I'm being honest,
I was just gonna say that.
it'd be
I don't
nice
need
to
that.
save money, but at the same time, like,
Maybe like
Oh.
sip a little.
This past
Do you think-
weekend, I went to the Clevelander where we're having the meet, and I went around like noon, and it was still pretty lit. They have a pool, which I didn't realize because like there's a dance floor that goes over top of it, which is there at night.
Yeah.
So there's a pool.
Oops.
Oh, I think I put this on Twitter. I got my friend and I got a hookup. So they hooked us up with a VIP table and a bottle of Belvedere.
Looks like we're gonna get pretty
Comp it for the vlog. So
comping that for the vlog.
the only thing I have to do is I have to sign some kind of like waiver when I go in, because you're not allowed to have cameras in there, but they know who I am and they're like, yeah, you just got to sign this, whatever. So
wow. Wish I was as
And
cool as
what's
you.
the waiver? You're not allowed to put a video on the internet?
I don't know.
You're allowed to bring the camera in, but you can't put the video.
I'll put that on Pornhub or something.
Hey yo.
Oh.
I feel like it's gonna get
Posting
weird.
on there.
I feel like it's gonna get real
What?
weird.
What's gonna get weird?
Just I don't know, meeting people who like
Yeah, I was
listen
thinking
to
about
us
that the
and
other
know
day.
us,
We're just
but-
gonna be hammered drunk.
I was thinking that the other day. Like, I don't know. I just feel like people are just gonna buy us drinks and stuff, and they're just gonna kill us. We're just gonna die.
Yeah, it's true.
I was thinking about that because everyone's gonna be like, "Yo, let's do a shot together." I'm like, "Okay, can we
Let's
round
do
up
Jaeger
everyone
bombs.
so we only have to do it once?"
'Cause
just get
I
everyone.
was just gonna say I'm never gonna turn one down. So,
Well, let's make a
I will
designated
die. I will
shot.
die wherever.
Well, that morning we're gonna wake up hungover as fuck anyway. So I was thinking we should like go get breakfast before, maybe, you
A
know,
little brunch action.
maybe even
Yo.
wet the beak with a little Henny cranberry.
I thought you said we're not pre-gaming anywhere.
Well, that's not a pregame. That's just a little wet the beak, just to kind of breathe a
Oh,
little
just to
life
wet the
into you in
beak.
the morning, get rid of the hangover, you know,
Yeah.
or
Do you guys
continue
really
the
believe
drunk.
we're gonna be somewhere with Jero for 3 days and not pre-game?
Yeah,
That's-
we will be pre-gaming. We'll be shots on arrival, shots in when you wake up.
I don't know. Like many people who listen to this probably don't really realize who Jero is, but if you go back and watch like the DC weekend over Halloween, that is
Just
Jero.
like the weekends where we drink a lot, like a lot. Those are always involving.
More than the normal.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's gonna be. I have no idea. We might die though. There's a real good chance to die.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
It'll be worth it. Rhodes is ready to die next year anyway, so a little early wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. 12 months and counting.
What's a couple months early?
What is a couple months early? A couple months? That's almost a whole year early. I don't know, man. This getting old shit's for the birds, though.
I'm just trying to make you feel good, make you feel better.
Saying things are for the birds is something old people say. God, that's not good. I notice it all the time. Is it weird that I'm that old? Is that a weird thing?
I don't know, but I put your birthday on the list because I wanted to talk about how old you were.
Yeah, well, it was like, bless you. It was like the other day when we were out. And Julia was like, "It's weird. I'm like 22 and you just turned 29." I'm like, "Not really. Like, okay, it's weird when I'm 19 and you're 12, but like at some point that gap stops mattering. Isn't it weird how like even if I was at 29."
And anyone
Sorry,
who's 22 in
20.
our friend group is like the youngest, but they're all hanging out with us, who are generally older. I mean, we're
It
like
was-
all over the board.
It was weird when we were like having day parties and we were like newly 21, but there was still a bunch of like Brad's brother came.
Oh yeah, and he was what, like 16?
Yeah, I'm like, and like,
and none
bunch
of
his
them
friends-
drank alcohol because that
No, they
would be
just gave her
illegal.
outside the fence and just looked over.
Yeah,
No, but it's
That's
isn't that
bad
weird?
then.
Isn't that a weird like society, like that age difference? It hits a certain line where it just doesn't matter at all anymore. I don't know.
well, there comes a time when everybody becomes an adult.
Well, yeah, I get that, but like,
I got
I
you.
don't know.
I think anything after like 22 is where it starts to not matter. If like like if you at 29 were dating a 21-year-old, that would
no.
I think it's just like a maturity thing. I think of a 21-year-old chick in college, fucking dumping him out every weekend, wasted as shit, like has no life direction at all. Fuck, if I look at myself when I was 21, I didn't have a life direction. I was just partying at Penn State and fucking doing whatever the hell I was doing. I just feel like girls are worse with that.
Wow.
Good thing no girls listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry to the
Holy
females.
hell. Holy hell.
No,
But
it's
no,
like
I feel you.
I
Like,
just know so
if
many
you're-
girls who I don't know, they just never had a job until they got out of college, and
That's true.
I was working since I was like 15. I remember doing roofs
Yeah,
with
me
you,
too.
JF, when we were like, I was probably 15 and JF would have been, what, 18?
Mhm.
We were working
Yeah.
on roofs, laying
That's
shingles
wild.
at like a fucking 100 degrees in the middle of August. No, not August.
Yeah,
Would have been
fuck-
June because we were in school. But
that shit.
That's weird. You two are friends when you're 18 and 15. That's wild.
no,
So it's
dude,
like
we
a-
were friends. That picture that I put on Instagram a while ago, we were.
Oh yeah, dude. At
No,
the
I
pool.
know, but I'm just saying. Like, that's,
Dude, I was like 8, and you would have been 11 probably.
Yeah.
fucking Juji.
That
Fucking
yeah,
GGs.
GG. What does that even
Forgot about
mean?
Little kid. I don't know. I didn't make it
Uh,
up. I just kept saying it.
So
we
all,
were Juji's.
we all went to this like community playground as kids and played wiffle ball and box hockey and all that shit, roof ball. And anyone under, what was it, 15? Or was it even less than that? Was it 12?
You had to play in the little
It's
people.
11 and under 12.
So anyone under that age would be considered a Juji. And like,
Yep.
think at the time I didn't even question it, but like, what the fuck does it even mean? Call me a
I
Jew?
had no idea. That was the thing when
At
I
8
started
years old,
going-
you don't know what is Juji.
That was the thing when I started going to park, and it just kept going. So it's just, all right, well,
What did you just call me?
Juji.
Juji.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
Dude, those were the
Weird.
days, man. Go to the park, and then at noon, go to the skate park, and then go to the pool.
Oh no!
Oh,
That was all
no.
you. What you just got done
It's
screaming
all
at me
good.
for?
We're good. We're safe.
What'd you do?
I just dropped something. My phone.
What'd you drop?
I thought my phone was.
Oh,
I thought the
it was your
screen
phone?
Broke.
Your phone got
But
smaller.
It didn't.
Did you open it from the wrong end?
Yep.
Your phone
It
got a lot
was
smaller.
at the bottom. I'm still not over that, by the way.
What?
How are you supposed to get the rest of those out? They're all stuck together. How are you supposed to get that? You just totally.
You better eat all of them now because they're gonna get fucking stale.
Yeah,
They're
JF,
gonna get
take the
hard,
bag
and
with you.
you're not gonna be able to pull them apart.
Rhodes. Calvin, the fucked up thing is, I literally did this to the exact same bag, but
Yeah.
if it was a second bag, I did it
He
last
did it.
week.
You did it like a week ago to another bag.
So that's
The
why you're
same
so
thing.
pissed. Keeps doing
The
it.
same thing. That's why I got real mad.
You
Bro,
need to put
I
that
was
shit under
hammered
lock
when
and
you showed
key.
me. I was hammered when you showed me.
I just need to have a video camera rolling when JF walks in here, just because something absurd happens. It's just a JF-ism. That's just.
As soon as you hear him pull up, we'll just start the podcast so we can capture the
you wanna-
whole exchange.
Do you want to talk about last Saturday? Can I tell the world the absurd shit you do when we go in places like that?
I give permission. Yep,
What'd I do?
Do it.
So Saturday for my birthday, we went to Harrisburg. We ended up at Savannah's.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
I didn't hear this.
Yeah. So we'll talk about this, but
What's
this
Savannah's?
maniac, Savannah's.
Harrisburg.
Yeah, Savannah's is in. It's
Savannah's
on
on
Hannah
Hannah.
Street. Yeah, they serve a mean steak.
Yeah,
JF
is
walks
that it?
into the place. Yeah, JF walks into the place, and like a fucking maniac, I hear him behind me after he pays his cover to get into this nice restaurant, and he comes walking in. He comes walking in behind me, and I hear him go, "Can I get 100 singles?" What? I turned around. I'm like, "What?" And we get in, and he just had in the band because they saw him strapped in the paper band, and he's just swinging them around like, "Yeah, yeah," like smacking people in the face with them and shit.
Were you
Oh
hammered
my
already?
I was stone sober. I was
Yeah.
driver.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
my
What?
God.
The whole night, he's like, "You need singles." Like, God, I'm.
What do you
Shit,
need
you
singles
gotta-
for at a restaurant?
It's to tip the waiters and waitresses.
I would look. I would look over and roads would be empty, so I'd just pull some out and throw them. I'm like, "Here, take them." He's like, "No, I don't want them." I'm like, "It's your birthday. Take them."
We were at a spot too where the waitresses are really far. So what I did was you have to throw them at them to give them their tip. So what I did was
Hey,
I
bring me a water.
yeah, yeah, right in the cup. So what I did was I preemptively would ball up like 10 or 12 at a time. So I just had them like a stack, like a, like snowballs. You would stack them up and have them to fucking chuck.
And you were just Kobe the whole night.
Kinda. Although sometimes you didn't get them onto the
Steak.
tray,
Oh.
the tray that they have.
The
tray
what?
They were on. The tray.
Whoops.
It's on the tray, and we kept missing the tray.
This sounds like a nice restaurant. How is the
It
what do you have
is.
to eat? You have the prime rib?
Nah, it was more like a strip steak, like a New York strip. Like something like
okay.
that, you know, like
Little-
a
little
mid-grade. It
fatty.
was okay. I think the last time we had it, we thought we got given a fillet.
We thought we had like Wagyu,
yeah, we thought
meat.
Wagyu.
Wagyu,
We thought
whatever.
we were handed that last time we went to this particular steakhouse, but this time it's more like a New York strip, like Delmonico. Like
And-
still pretty solid, still fine, still good,
Okay.
still steak.
I'll have to
still
check
steak,
that out
but-
next time I'm home.
But not Wagyu.
Steak, but not like the type that Japanese people massage and feed beer.
The
and
Wagyu.
with the nice marbling.
Oh, I heard they have one of those
Yeah.
steakhouses down in Philly
They do.
with
they
the
do.
with the massaged meat and yeah.
Where they feed it beer and stuff.
Yeah.
All that.
Later, sir.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But anyway, what else happened? Oh, so at this particular steakhouse too, this is the weirdest part. You ever see the movie, is it 16 Candles or Pretty in Pink? One of those with the redhead chick from like the 80s?
I
No.
haven't seen either of them.
Wow, that really makes me sound old.
Yeah,
But
because you're
there's this,
29.
Sounds-
There's
Bro,
like
it sounds
this-
like chick flick.
There's like this Asian like exchange student. So homeboy at the steakhouse. Sorry, I keep forgetting what kind of restaurant we went to. Silly me. At the steakhouse we went
Fine
to,
dining.
there was this Asian dude in the light up shoes you find at the mall where the entire sole lights up.
Yeah.
Dude,
Hold on.
insane.
Hold that whole thing. He had lime green. I mean, see you from the moon.
This motherfucker
shorts,
looked like a highlight.
lime green shorts and t-shirt on. He had like 4 strands of hair spiked directly straight up above his head. And then around his neck, he had like a pulsating lighting necklace that went
matched
down
his
to,
shirt.
and it went down to about his belly.
And they
Just-
let him into a restaurant like that.
Apparently,
And
they
then
let
I'm
him in
acting
every
it out.
week.
I don't know if you, but I'm acting this out. And homeboy would just walk around the restaurant to different tables, and he'd just stand there, and he'd look up on the trays at the waitresses, and he would just stare. He'd stand there and stare. Like literally, he would for like 5 minutes. He'd just stand there, stare straight ahead, not move, and then he'd walk. He'd walk 15 feet, and then he'd stop again, and he'd stand there for 5 more minutes. And then like
And then when you went and had your dinner at the chef's table,
yeah.
you found out that guy's there all the time.
Yeah, the chef. Compliments to the chef. Mwah. But the chef was like, "Oh yeah, he's here every weekend, dressed in that exact same outfit, and he stares at the waitresses,
And he
and
never
it makes them uncomfortable.
he never tips after he has his water
Yeah.
and free bread.
Yeah, he gets the salad and breadsticks and never orders, and then he leaves.
That's
And
rude.
he doesn't even leave him a tip. I know." But the dude, remember we're in the other part of the restaurant. There's like the side
And he was
where you
staring
go
at
out, you go outside to have a cocktail at this
Mm.
little side place. He was sitting up in one of the booths because there's a couple levels, and up in a booth, just sitting there by himself, like straight back, just staring again, like a sociopath. We were joking around. He was waiting till enough people were in there till he went outside to pop the trunk to get his gun out to kill everyone. Because he looked like that kind of person.
He really
Like,
did.
We kept like the dude was like walking around, stop and like look around, and we'd be like, nope, not quite enough yet.
I'm
Still
telling
need
you,
a few more people in here. And then he'd move and look around again.
So that dude's a bargain shopper. He goes into the restaurant to scope out the different selection of fillets and strip steaks, and then he goes home and cooks his own steak, you know?
Yeah.
bro, but he pays
Do
$20.
you think he butter bastes it?
I don't. That's too much. That's a little too much. Oh,
But how
man.
stupid is he? He's paying $20 entry
Yeah.
to just see what kind of steak they sell, and then he
Just window shopping at the butcher.
yeah, he could window shop on Pornhub.
What? On what?
What?
Oh man, gotta love fine dining. I think there's
Ugh.
some. I think there's some like white tablecloth restaurants down here that we could go to.
Ooh.
I don't know. I was talking to JF. I was steakhouse down there. I feel like I'll get my fill of red meat just walking around, just random places we go into.
You're right, dude. There's a lot of butcher shops, just like what do you call them? Freelance, I guess.
Yeah,
Like the
just out on the beach, just
artisan
pop-up
beef shops. Yeah, they're everywhere.
Pop-ups, the artisanal beef shops, butcher shops.
Yeah.
Like
You're right. You're right. We don't need to do
Damn,
that.
I can't believe I kept it up this long without breaking
That sounds so fucking gay.
That's what she said.
Can't
Can't be kept up this long. It's a Michael Scott joke.
Well, yeah, you're 29 years old. I'm surprised you could keep it up
popping
that
them
long
by
too.
Viagra.
Yo, we had some guy come into work this week to do like train the trainer seminar. So all like our training team went and hung out together, and this dude came in and like tried to like teach us like presentation skills and all kinds of stuff. And he said he wrote like 20 some books, and they were all on like they're on Amazon bestseller. And he was like going through these names about like management books, and all I'm thinking in my head is, I hope this guy says somehow I manage like Michael Scott when he was trying to write in The Office. I was like, I'm waiting for this dude to say it. Like, just seemed like a joke. Like he walked in and sat down. He had Dave Matthews blaring.
Did he say it?
No, he didn't say it. But he had some Dave Matthews bumping. Like, this is what he bangs his old lady to. Like, good for that guy.
Wait, we gotta go back to the steakhouse conversation, because I had this written down for a podcast topic. JF in the group chat was suggesting your weekend plans, and he said, "Yeah, let's go out to eat. Go to the restaurant at 7 p.m."
Mm-hmm.
7 p.m. Who goes to a steakhouse at 7 p.m.?
I'm not trying to log that daytime shit, bro. I don't need anyone.
Dude, the sun's got to be down. Sun's got to be way down before you go
like that.
eat
Live
steak.
that vampire life.
This is how it went down. We got there 7:30 p.m. Hburg, Harrisburg. We were in there. Yep. PA State Capitol. What's up? And we went to a little hors d'oeuvre steakhouse first. And then we hit a couple drink spots. And then we went to the
fine
hibachi.
dining. To the hibachi.
Yo, who was it? Turn or Julia? Who was like, I didn't think Harrisburg was like a city.
Turn.
I just thought I was like, what do you expect in the capitals in like a town like Hamburg? Like, what did you think?
Yeah, we like get into downtown Harrisburg. It's like, I didn't know Harrisburg was like a city.
It's not. I mean, Harrisburg isn't a big city, but I mean, there's buildings. Like, it's
a city.
You're in these mid-sized city. Like, yeah, like,
a little bit bigger than Reading.
No, JF wants to go out to these places like a psychopath. Him and the guy with the highlighter clothing and the light up shoes on would have been sitting at a table together, hanging out, waiting for everybody else to show up. The waitresses wouldn't even been there yet. Their shift doesn't start till later than that. You've been working with all the new hires.
Bro, I didn't know at 7 p.m. for the steak dinner.
No. Right. Still, dude, what am I, fucking 100 years old? Shit. Hit that early bird special piece.
Might as well be.
Get
I'm
your
surprised
AA
you
card
didn't have
out. You get a
an
discount.
AARP deal when you walk through that.
Whatever, dude. I need my life alert. I thought one of you might cop that for me for my birthday.
I'm falling and I can't get up.
Falling.
You never seen that commercial?
I have.
That shit's hilarious to me.
It is.
They should not sell those. Should let old people die. That's what old people do.
Oh, wow, dude. You're going to be one of those next year.
I know. And I'm going to fall and I'm going to break my hip. And just if you can't survive falling to the ground, then see ya. You know?
That's
I'm
so
just
fucked
saying.
up.
That might sound
You know,
fucked up, but is that not true? If I can't follow a handle, a slight tumble 2 feet to the floor, it's probably time for me to go.
When we're like 60 and 70 years old, I pray to God you're not the one that ends up in a hospital for like some illness or sickness.
I will.
Because if we have to come visit your ass,
pull my plug.
I can only how much more negative.
That's what I'll do. I'll pull the oxygen down. Disconnect it all.
Plug in my phone. I need to throw some more subs before I go.
Yeah, I need to throw a couple quickly.
Tell these foxes.
But no, dude, I don't know, man. Is that up? Like, I even think that with like people with super bad allergies. I don't
What, that
know,
people
like,
with super bad allergies should just die? What the
I'm not
fuck?
saying they should just die, but like
That's what you're saying. That's exactly what you're saying.
I can't be in the same room as a strawberry. Well,
Bro, that doesn't mean you should go die.
Oh, you can't have peanut butter and jelly? Off yourself. Just do it.
See you later.
Damn,
man.
you're allergic to peanut butter?
I'm just saying, dude.
See ya.
This is like
He gone.
so. What, you'd rather have your fucking tax dollars taken away to keep grandma alive and put padding on her floor so she can survive that slight tumble off the chair?
Well, it's coming
Come on,
out
man.
anyway because we're getting taxed on fucking everything. Going right to Social Security, which
I
we're
was
not
just
getting
talking to my
anything.
dad about. I was talking to my dad about that last night. I'm in the process of moving. Like I'm going to see a couple of places here, like in the next week or so.
Ooh.
And I was saying, like they all keep. Oh, Dave's calling me right now. Going to say I can answer with Dave and he can say hi.
Okay. Speakerphone.
Hey Dave, you're on speaker and you're going to be on the podcast. You want to say hi?
I guess so.
So what's up? What's new with you? Why'd you decide to call?
Well, I'm calling because it was your birthday last weekend, and while I couldn't commit to hanging out with you last weekend,
Bad friend.
I promised to do something either with or for you this coming weekend.
You ever hear of I know what you could do for me, but it won't be this weekend, okay? It'll be a birthday present built out into the future.
Okay.
Do you ever hear of what they used to do in like old times in England called prima nocta?
No, never heard of that.
You never heard of that?
No,
Well, that's where on the night you get married, someone has to bang the wife to make it official, and that's not the husband. So I was wondering, you know, if I could get some prima nocta for my birthday.
I'm trying to spell this in Google right now, and I'm happy.
It's Latin for first night.
That's incredibly perfect timing. I must have called like right at the right time in this conversation. How fortunate of me.
No, I'm kidding. No, let's drink sometime and invite Fling because I miss him.
Well, Fling's the one that really genuinely loves you.
I know.
I mean,
Oh, you don't, Dave?
No, I do.
Oh.
I do.
Okay.
But Fling, like, I think needs you, like, firmly in his sexually.
That's really
He's
a
only
thing.
human.
Yeah. But I don't know. I guess I'll call you later when you're not on the podcast. So sorry for interrupting.
No, it's fine. I appreciate you decided to call. I called you last week just to tell you I love you and I miss you.
That's right.
So I'm glad you reciprocated. I'll call you when we're done.
Okay.
All right. I love
Bye,
you.
David.
Goodbye, little dumpsters.
Prima
That was a
nocta
little messed up.
is
I
the
shouldn't have said
historical and probably most symbolic right hand of a lord to insist on sex with any bride under his rule on her wedding night. It played a major part in Braveheart.
Bang.
You are well read, sir.
Thank you.
Frau really taught you.
No, Frau didn't teach me that. Speaking of Frau, I still get her word of the day email or word of the week emails.
Do you really?
11 years later. Every like 3 weeks. How do I get off that list?
Well, look what you still use that same email, huh?
Yeah, it's my.
What is it?
I'm not saying it out loud.
A-Road Chain.
aroads27@gmail.
Soccer Guide 22.
No. But anyway, what were we saying before?
Baseball for Life 22.
Oh, about taxes. I was talking to my dad because I'm talking about moving somewhere, and all these places ask for like your gross income. So that's before tax, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So like I punched in what mine is. I was like, damn, dude, I'd be balling
Until the
like
government
even
comes
harder
in.
than I do. Like, I know. Like the net's still fine, but like fuck. That extra month, that'll get me feeling right. You know, that'll get me doing it. But shit, bro. Goddamn government taking my shit. So yeah, in short, let grandma die when she falls off. Don't buy her life alert.
That's fucked up.
That story just went all over the fucking place.
All over the place. All over, and somehow brought it back.
And brought it back.
Dude, don't you love infomercials? This is great.
Yeah,
one of my
dude.
favorite things.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I used to watch infomercials hardcore when I was a kid. Like, because they were always on, like, real early in the morning, like, either before cartoons on Saturdays or, like, whenever. And I used to watch them. And I think that's why I'm now good at like talking about products and selling shit, even though that's not what I try to do. I was like trained from birth to fucking promote shit.
Just watching Billy Mays selling that OxyClean, dog.
Billy Mays here with another fantastic product, OxyClean.
Yo, what I love about them are like, do you ever spill your drink and people just like take their drink and smack it off the table?
Yeah, it's black
like,
and
it's not
white.
like it's not like they're walking and they're just, oh, whoops. Like, no, like someone aggressively is smacking it. I always remember the ones like when we were little, like of like painting. Like, do your kids ever not paint on the paper? And some kid just like rolling like
On
a
the wall.
paint roller, like up and down. Like that ever happened. It was hilarious shit. I just love that. Like, come on, we get it. You got to be dramatic, but dial it back a little bit.
It's like, do you ever have problems hard boiling eggs? And they'll like fucking drop eggs in and water will splash everywhere. They'll like fall over. Oh fuck!
Someone cracks an egg into it. Like, no, that's
Yeah.
poaching. That's
The
not
most
it.
they make fucking as seen on TV products for the most simple shit ever. Like, oh, do you have trouble straining pasta? And they like dump a whole fucking bowl of spaghetti in the sink. It's like, come on, dude.
In the garbage disposal while it's turned on. Oh no!
And then chop their hand off. Well, if you bought our easy pasta strainer, you would still have a hand. It's like, okay, dude. Actually,
Oh.
I did buy an as seen on TV product recently, and it fucking works, and it actually worked really well. It was these like drill bits that pull out strip screws. Which when JF, when you and I had motorcycles, they would have been fucking clutch as hell.
Ugh.
Dude, so many
Every
strip
one.
bolts and Allen heads and shit, but yeah,
Every
they actually fucking work.
I always want to buy a whole bunch of Flex Seal and see if I can make a boat out of it.
Dude, we should do that for a video.
Like, I'm sure people have done that before, but just like every time I watch that, I'm like, is this not the most absurd? Like, does anyone really believe that the bottom of that boat is just Flex Seal? Like, someone out there really genuinely is like, damn, that guy just sprayed a boat and it worked. Like, there's no
Maybe.
way. No,
Dude,
no.
we should.
Let's
It
try.
might
Not-
work for 5 seconds.
Let's try it.
I'm sure people have done that, but like, if I ever have time to come home and we can film videos again together, we should do shit like that. Just buy a shitload. There's as seen on TV like stores in the King of Prussia Mall. I think.
There's a store down at the outlets, the Limerick outlets down there.
Oh, maybe that's
There's
where
an
I
As
saw
Seen
it.
on TV one. Yeah, because I remember we were down there before. I told you should buy your drone there. It was like $49.99. Like, yo, that piece of fucking work. It's got a range of like 50 feet.
Yeah, dude, we
That's
should
how
do
you.
that.
That's all the farther the one flies when you do your videos down in Miami now, right? Like 50
Um,
feet in the air, something like that.
No, it's fucking dude. It goes like 3
Ah.
miles.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like an airplane.
I'm gonna order a fucking pallet of Flex Seal and start making a boat
Yeah.
for when you guys come down here. Yo, we can go to Cuba. We'll fucking float over.
We'll do it in revert. Hey, enough of you, motherfucker. Across this bitch.
We out this bitch.
Time to repay that. Let's go.
You think we could spray on a fucking banana hammock for the beach with Flex Seal?
Oh, I wouldn't want to take it off.
It would just be like a fucking. I don't even
You'd
know
have
what that
permanent
would
underwear on.
look like.
You'd have a permanent tighty whiteies. Well,
It's like
I
a
guess
chastity belt.
blackies on
Blackies.
because they're not it would be black spray paint or Flex Seal, whatever the fuck.
You don't have sex anyway because
Yep.
it don't work after you turn 29. So.
Nope. I didn't get my Viagra prescription yet.
I know somebody that might have
Yo,
some of
how
those.
I know someone
At the
that might have
steakhouse.
some of those too.
How about those people at the steakhouse? I said they'd make the perfect Cialis commercial. It was a guy and a chick, and they were both like 50, and they were like all over each other. And like I was like narrating a fake Cialis commercial, and I was like, and then at the end they'll just see them sitting both in their own bathtub, looking at a sunset. like
one of them a
fade in
waitress?
the bathtubs. No. There
Oh, it
actually,
was just like a
people on
couple out
date.
to dinner.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, those two.
Wait,
And I was
Ew.
I was sitting there and I was like the chick was hot. Chick was hot and she a freak too. She had
So-
dollars in her bra and stuff.
so I
The
forgot.
waitresses were getting out with their mouths.
I forgot all about this. So T-side Road or Ryan and Julia were sitting at one of the areas where they have the carts
Mhm.
you can ride, right?
Yeah.
And Rhodes and I were sitting at a table, a bar table, sipping our drinks,
Having a cocktail,
and shooting the shit. And then out of nowhere, the chef called him back to the chef's table for a little dessert. And
show you how that sausage is made.
So I'm sitting at this table by myself. Taylor is with Ryan and Julia at the carp, right? And I see this dude talking. I see, and like I don't ever like that shit doesn't bother me because I know she'll bang her. I know she'll like she'll handle herself, and she's always like, "Can you go away?" Whatever. So I'm just sitting there and I'm giggling and hanging out, whatever. All of a sudden, Taylor turns around and points at me, goes, "My boyfriend is right there." And the dude goes, "Well, tell him to come over." So I come over, and he's like, "Yo, I didn't mean to like be disrespectful to your girl." He's like, "But my girl is a dancer here, and we just wanted to see." Yeah,
a waitress.
Yeah,
idiot. They don't have dancers at steakhouses. Stupid. Idiot.
So my girlfriend's a waitress here, and we just wanted to know if you and your girlfriend would be, if you wanted to come back to our place tonight
for a little private tasting.
I'm like, I said, well, that's interesting. He's like, dude, I really didn't mean anything. Seriously, what I was over here talking to her about. I said, well, you don't have to convince me, bro. You got to convince her, and you'll never do that.
What if she said yes?
She wouldn't.
But what if she would? Then what?
He
then
looked like a real upstanding member of
society. He was.
Oh, he was.
He didn't look like he should be at the Prime House.
No.
Okay. Yo, speaking of all these steakhouse stories, did you ever tell the story about the strawberries at the steakhouse on the podcast before?
Oh, this is like a dirty steakhouse story.
Yeah, can you talk about that without like breaking the,
Is this my story? Do I know the story?
It's JF's story. I don't know if you've heard. You definitely heard it.
So okay, I got this. So
try this.
He
just had to take like 10 seconds to pause and think like how he's gonna explain it with keeping it as a steakhouse.
so I'm 18. I've just turned 18, right? So I go. I think I go to Sheetz or wherever the hell I go. I get my cigars. We're going to this steakhouse where you can smoke cigars and you have a nice steak. The steak was okay. It was probably more so like
ground beef.
Chopped beef.
Chuck roast.
Chocolate. Meatloaf.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. We're going here. We're going to the steakhouse. Got my cigars, whatever. We're there. And we're sitting at the cart. And we just got done eating our meatloaf, right? Mm-hmm. And the waitress comes over with some brown pudding. Right?
Yeah.
So she's serving it like, she's going at it like she's a hibachi chef. Like just getting after. She's chopping.
Did she do the flame volcano?
She was whipping the pudding volcano.
Nice flambe.
So she's getting, preparing her brown pudding.
Ooh,
and
chocolate pudding. What's brown pudding?
Brown chocolate. So she goes to serve the chocolate pudding to me, and instead of giving it to me on a spoon, she takes her fingers in the chocolate pudding and just eats my fucking pudding, right?
Eats your pudding?
Well, yeah.
She's tasting her own pudding.
She fucking licked it like that.
Was this from the bowl in the front of the cart or in the back of the cart?
This was leftover, dirty. Like, this was like, okay, this is a week old. No, we didn't sell it. We need to get rid of it.
Okay.
And she dipped her finger in the pudding and tasted it.
Was it from the highway, the main bowl, or was it from the bowl out around back?
Around back.
Oy.
So she tastes her creation and then goes to me, tastes like strawberries. She didn't have no fucking chocolate covered strawberries, bitch. It's like, God damn. And
That's
then,
messed up.
so
I've never heard this story.
So then she's like, so she somehow knows, like, I'm not gonna say that part.
Yeah,
but
don't
anyway,
say
she
that
told
part.
Me, she said, "Don't tell so and so," and I'm like, "Okay." And I
You know the
immediately told
owner of the steakhouse.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, that was.
The
So I
chocolate
got
pudding.
summons to a foursome at one steakhouse, and I got some chocolate.
With a
brown bag
waitress though, that'd have been hot. With a waitress, I've always wanted to do it with a waitress. You know? No.
I don't know.
No comment.
My chef told me at the end of the night she was $20 short of making her nut.
Oh,
So what
my
could
God.
she? How much could I tip her to make it happen?
I tipped her so she'd
And I
go
said,
away.
"This isn't my first." You just like $20 more. You don't need to lie. This isn't my first rodeo at a steakhouse.
So yeah, it's good times.
Dude, I never even got to tell my commercial for the people in the Seattle estate.
Well, let's hear it.
It was like this old dude and this older who was hot. She was hot, full blown.
That she was a waitress.
No,
The ex-waitress.
the two sitting over right across from us at the other table.
Oh, she was.
She
She
a
was at the
bad,
cart
bad-
being all sorts of
Yeah.
naughty.
They almost threw her out of the restaurant. She was being so bad. But anyway, so they come walking up, and I'm thinking, it's like, did your match two recent divorcees? Did your Match.com date go much better than you anticipated? Sneak off to the bathroom and pop a Cialis. You'll come back, and your girl will have dollars in her bra for the waitresses to grab out with their mouths. And then cut to them sitting in their own bathtubs, and you do all the Surgeon General warnings on the medication. That's the Cialis commercial.
May cause
Way more-
heart disease.
Way
nausea,
more realistic
vomiting.
than them sitting watching golf on a Sunday afternoon, and it just suddenly hitting her right.
So
Oh man,
on Saturday, we this wedding party comes to the whole wedding party.
whole wedding.
Came to the
So many
Comes-
insane.
Came
Wait,
to
oh
the
my
steakhouse.
God. I forgot.
And-
this.
Rhodes and I are standing there, and the one woman in the wedding party, Rhodes and I like look, and like she has like this like tattoo on her arm.
Barbed wire tattoo on
And-
her upper
and
arm.
Rhodes
What do you
and I are
think
like-
immediately?
She's an ex-waitress.
Yeah, she definitely used to
Immediately,
leave
both of
tables
us
there.
are like, she was an ex-waitress. That's why they're all here. Maybe lots of them are ex-waitresses.
dressed
maybe
way
the
too
bride
skanky.
was.
You just way too skanky for a wedding.
So
Like, you know,
So-
I don't judge. Hey, you're beautiful, ladies. Dress however you want.
10
But
minutes
for
go
a wedding,
by.
I don't know.
10 minutes go by. Next thing you know, we got the up-and-coming waitresses sitting in the VIP with this ex-waitress just shooting the shit like they've known each other for 25 years.
Yep.
We probably
there's-
did.
Right then
Definitely
and there
waited tables together.
is when we knew we could. We
knew
know how to
the
judge
upper arm
distribute.
barbed wire tat meant she
We
was
know how
a
to
waitress.
Judge a steak is
Yeah.
what I meant.
I'm surprised
Yo.
none of our friends have tried waitressing.
We
I
have
feel-
a couple that have talked about that they want to do it.
We
I
got some
feel like-
inquiries.
I feel like the tip,
We got a couple
tips would be
inquiries.
good. You know?
Oh, and this is what I actually asked Rhodes this question. If you have a friend that wants to be a waitress, are you a bad friend if you don't go to their amateur night because you didn't go support them? Or are you a good friend because you don't want to see them in that light?
I think it depends on your friendship. I mean, if I don't, that's a touchy subject. I don't know about that.
We'll talk about this off air.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after the podcast.
Yo, and then like with the whole wedding party, like bride, the groom, the fucking parents, the whole fucking crew came in. And
The
I said to
parents.
JF, I'm like, I said
Dude,
to JF,
everybody. The whole team was there.
I said to JF, I was like, I can't tell if this is like really cool or really sad. You know? Like, part of me is like, yo, maybe one day when I get married, I would like steakhouses too. But then it's like, on my wedding day though?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. You got to be a type of couple to do that, man. I don't know.
on your wedding day, just go rip a prime rib.
I might be able to
don't
convince Turn if we ever got married.
I don't even know if my girlfriend would not go to a steakhouse with us. I don't think.
You don't think so?
I think she would.
I think she would.
I don't know.
Obviously, you know her more better.
You know her better than
we.
us. Get a
Yeah.
couple shots in her.
The thing
She'd
is,
probably
like,
go.
she's the type of chick who would murder a waitress if they like.
Yeah.
If I tip a waitress and they like bring me an extra water or something, you know, she would cut throats for sure. So if you're listening to this, let me know because I doubt you are.
We'll make it happen.
Because we might have to go test out some prime rib.
Yup.
Prime rib. Oh man.
How is your lady?
She's good. She's gonna be on the podcast. She's coming down in like 2 weeks, so you guys can join that if you want, or if not,
I
don't
wanna.
know.
I wanna.
we'll have to lay some. We'll have to lay some ground rules before we do that, though.
Oh no way! No way! Is she?
You guys don't have any ground rules when. So don't even try to start bracketing yourself out of this conversation.
I don't know.
Yo, we're like running through the night Saturday in reverse. Do you know how the night started?
No.
Yeah, so it ended great.
So JF's like, be at my house at 6:45. We're leaving then. Okay, cool. Get there at 6:43. We get in the car and we leave. We get
less than a half a mile from my house.
No. We get to
but what I say to you.
right when because Turnt was gonna come with. Then
No, she was like, I'm not coming. Yeah. I don't know. I'll be mad. I'm not coming. I'm not coming. Sure. Yeah. So I told her, I said, fine. If you're coming, I'm leaving at 6:45. And that's all I said to her. That was like an hour and a half, 2 hours before we left.
We pull out of JF's driveway and he's like, it's like, I guarantee you she calls me in 10 minutes and says she's here at the house. Like, where'd you go? Where are you? We're about to get on the interstate and JF's phone goes off. Where are you? Like, what do you mean we left? Like, what do you mean you left? And he's like, I said I was leaving at 6:45. We left at 6:45.
She goes, I was 10 minutes late. I'm like, well, yeah, that's the problem.
That's your fault. Be 10 minutes early.
So she was upset, whether she'd ever admit it or not. She was upset.
She was definitely upset.
Definitely upset. Maybe a couple sniffles, unconfirmed, but potential sniffles.
You guys turned around and went all the way back?
Turned around and went all the way back.
Damn.
Went back and picked her up. But there was a communication breakdown because in the beginning of the morning, I chat, say to Julia, yes, Julia, you can ride in my car with me. So Taylor and Julia were talking, and I guess Turnt was like, yeah, I'm going to go, but she never told me that, and she just figured I would know because Julia was riding in my car, but really Julia and Ryan were driving themselves at 11:30 at night. Huh. So whatever. But I called it. I knew it. I was like, I should just wait.
Well,
so for her to ever talk shit on me ever again,
I wish I was there. Cause sound like a good weekend.
It was all right.
I haven't had a good steak in a while, so.
Friday was pretty low key.
Yeah,
I was driving for about an hour and drive, but we'll talk about that later too.
I gotta quit my job and just fucking move home, man.
Yeah.
Talking about it. Oh, so we're gonna wrap this up here in a second, but just like updates on other shit. I have a contact at YouTube now, so more things are in the works. I'm getting answers about like everything that's going on with YouTube and the channel and whatever else is going forward. Started a new website, which will be up next week. Also, the podcast. Everyone was bitching, yo, put it on iTunes, put it on Google Play, put it wherever. It's fucking everywhere now. It took me like 2 days to figure it all out. So if you're listening to this on iTunes, sick. Leave us a rating and a good review. That would be dope.
5 stars.
We have
5-star Steakhouse.
Last I checked, we have eight reviews, and they're all 5 stars right now. Little dumpsters coming in clutch.
Little dumpsters.
Yo, what's your website? What are you gonna do on there?
I explained it in a video this week, but it's where I'm putting. So I have the podcast on there and all the links to where you can find it. All my videos, my merch store, a contact thing. I got like fucking everything on there. It looks really sick too. I'll show it to you. But
maybe I'll start writing. write my thoughts down.
If you want to write, I will open another page.
Roads
I'll have
has
a
a
Rhodes
log
ranch.
corner.
Yeah. If you have any input on it, I'll fucking do shit like that for
No.
sure.
Today's R&R.
Yeah.
All
dope,
right. Everyone already knows where to find you guys, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Find
dude.
us harder.
I guess we don't have
dude,
to even
shout
do
out
that.
to all the people that said happy birthday and all the people that just keep commenting on random pictures of myself. Sup? I appreciate that.
You're getting the subs, JF's getting the dumpums.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like if I post a picture, it's
If you post a picture, what?
like if I just post a picture, whatever picture, it's always dumpums. It's dumpums in my DM. Like if I wasn't in a relationship and I was talking to a girl and I like left my phone on the couch to piss and she went into my Instagram to look at my DMs to see if I was fucking around, she would see it's all dudes telling me to dump them and she's like, this fucking guy's gay. Like that's what it would look like.
That's dope. All right, I guess that's it for this week. Follow us everywhere. No Twitter questions this week, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but
That's upsetting.
I know,
I'm about to
man.
restart my Twitter,
We
so
need
I
crowd.
could be
We need
involved in it.
crowdsourcing. We
We need the little dumpsters. We need you guys to come through and give us
Yeah,
topics.
quit being
and
such pieces
feedback.
of garbage. little
Yeah,
dumpsters.
quit being yourself. You know.
Be the vessel in which trash is put. Don't be the trash itself.
hopefully you enjoyed the knowledge we dropped on steakhouses.
You could put that on like a nature background, and that could be one of those dumbass things. All right, it was good talking.
All right, guys, thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next week.
Later.